All right. I'm back. Refresh the stream, please. Oh, sorry about the power just cut from the house. It's always fucking something, huh? This is 100% Alejandro's fault somehow. Nah, it's not. I think it's just life in LA. Ben, pay your bills. I do pay my bills. That's why it's kind of upsetting that, you know, this shit still happens.
What's wrong, Kaveh? Were the students...
What's wrong, Kaveh? I lost power to my house.
You know all of...
You may deny it, or our client... Why should we cling on to a profession that's difficult and unrewarding? If the field is dying, then a person who still wants to make a good living will just have to change their strategy. If it's near impossible to make money as an architect, then why not just establish a training center and train other people to become architects in our stead?
Holy moly, it's been 5 months already?
It has been 5 months. Thank you so much for those 5 months.
Wait, how does that make any sense? Aren't you just leading them into the same trap?
We are already stuck, my friend. The more people we can lead into this pit and stack as padding beneath our feet, the more comfortable our lives will be.
Neurospicy Kaveh, thank you so much for the 3 months. Did the internet cut, like, did the stream cut just when I was doing Half-Life 1 Scientist now sounds, by the way? Was it me just going, no! Stop! And then it just cut off? Good. I'm glad that was the moment.
That's right. Making money as an architect is a slow and agonizing process. In comparison, earning tuition from a training center is far easier. None of the students will ever know, however. In there, all of my income was earned during my years
You
as an
okayed
architect.
your way into our hearts.
It's easy for them to fall for my promise. After all, everyone wants to live the dream of being the person who can spend millions without batting an eye.
Corn Mess, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate it.
The more students I get, the more money I earn. And the more real that dream becomes.
This whole thing is just about diploma mills, basically.
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll still find out the truth about architecture and struggle to stay afloat amid all the problems we already talked about. When that happens, your facade will pop like a soap bubble. No one will believe you anymore.
Pop like a soap bubble.
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. No two people have the same amount of talent. Even if they fail to strike gold in the future, you can't say that it's my fault and mine alone.
Did you see how the background changed to be more golden the second he said gold? Good timing on the lighting there.
Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom as long as they become architects. All I did was nudge them towards that belief.
Boomspring, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Kaveh's house keys.
I'm not even scared if they do come back and stir up trouble. My training center has all the required permits and certifications.
Oh, whoops.
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone?
Managed to resub. Thank you for being amazing. Love you, Ben.
Daedric Hoplite, thank you so much for the 2 months. This is probably the angriest that, like, Kaveh ever gets.
I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being. I am beyond disappointed in you.
And the same goes to you. How many years has it been since you graduated from the academia? If you still can't accept something like this, do you just plan on keeping that worthless naivete of yours until the end of time?
Like, that, when I was recording, I was injecting it with genuine anger because, like, I know people that have scammed others like this. Like, I get how fucking horrible they are, so it's just... It's nice being able to, like, get that catharsis of telling off somebody like this.
Only fools will see art as revered and sacred. In the end, art is just another business. Being successful at running a business is an art form in itself.
God, fuck people like this. Fuck people that are like, art is just business. Like, fuck off.
I urge you to think about what I've said. Offloading your pain onto others is the only way a person can live comfortably in this world.
He's basically everything wrong with Hollywood nowadays.
As the light of the Ksharowa, you've accumulated plenty of fame and respect. It's high time that you use those resources to improve the circumstances of your own life.
Yeah, the VA who did this guy did a great job. The character is the hateable one.
Think it over, Kaveh. I still believe our collaboration could be very fruitful.
I know that this is me saying he's gone as in like he's moved away from the scene, but I like to think that the Traveler is saying he's gone, like we're gonna kill this motherfucker.
I'm so mad, I feel a headache coming on. There's nothing more I can say to him. I'll resign from my position as instructor.
Victoria Milky, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome.
Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at this center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place. Even if I just sit back and do nothing, others will be deceived and suffer because of me. He is right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take any real action against it.
I'll hate them, bait. Thank you so much for the 10 subs. Appreciate it. Thank you.
The most that they could accuse him of is false advertising. And even that would be hard to prove.
There's something strange about all this.
Oh? Did you notice something else?
Not everyone should be able to pay such exorbitant tuition fees.
Yeah, you've got a point. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition? Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first. Let's move now before he's had the chance to react.
A lot of you were saying that this route isn't good, but like I think it is pretty good.
Oh, Mr. Kaveh? What are you doing
It's got
back
like
here?
tension. It's got
Class
stakes.
finished a while ago, but you're still here. Why haven't you gone home?
It is, I guess, yeah, that is a good point, Leafy. Like, it is pretty real. It does hit pretty close to home for a lot of people, so I get it.
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus of a celebrated architect. It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression. Instead of rote memorization, you should try to relate and to understand, and after that, try to resonate with the work.
God, like, he's the teacher-ness is great, though.
Resonate?
Yes. When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become a good architect, however, you must also learn to assess and appraise. Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge, and I'm afraid that some superficial speed training won't be enough to take you there.
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
This is exactly the shit that I tell people in the voice acting club. It's not an easy path. It's gonna take a lot of years of work to get to where you want to be. But the journey is fun. Trust in it.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kaveh. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid everything off.
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Mr. Electric, kill this man.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent, so as long as you get your fundamentals down, you should be able to pass the entrance exam and continue your studies at the academia.
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Kaveh. Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents. He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of
Hola
Bahar
Ben,
and
3
that we
hope
could
you
get
have a
loan
great
from him.
weekend. Prefers Chokman Obonoban.
Chokman Obonobon? Why do those sound so familiar? Eran como dulces de... ¿Eran dulces eso? Chokman Obonobon. A ver. Oh, I remember these. Okay, yeah. No, Chokman. Los Chokman son increíbles. Pero también me gustan los chocolates de vicio. Los que tienen maní.
He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years. And all the more we make after that would be ours.
God, I feel so bad for this kid.
How much did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million mora.
And what was the interest rate?
I'm not really sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Something doesn't feel right about all this. No fucking shit!
Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar. We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything. Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still in that area, though.
Well, it'd still be worth taking a look. Architecture... No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam.
Preach.
We need to do something before the students' lives are ruined even further.
Me running at 80 miles per hour to your location to obliterate your fucking kneecaps. Me gliding gently at 10 miles per hour to obliterate your kneecaps. Like Batman? Like Batman! Exactly. I found you, faker!
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you guys before. Here for business?
You're Fahar, right?
Right, that's the actual pronunciation. I was just making a joke.
Yes. May I ask who introduced you?
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class, but they're a bit short on money. Alkami told us you're the man to go to in this kind of situation.
I'm really interested in architecture.
Oh, sounds like his business is booming. How much do you need?
Let me see. I'd say around 3 million mora.
Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays.
Ciao, Deco. Muchas gracias por venir.
Ah, here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it. All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
And what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake. And even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with mora, it's only fair that you take on a bit of the financial risk as well. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the contract. With the way you're reading every single line, it's like you're worried you're about to get scammed out of your whole life savings. Why would I lie to you? Tons of students at Alkami's place have signed the contract. Aren't they all doing pretty well for themselves?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Scam you? Quote from man about to scam you.
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every day, which gives the false impression that the amount hasn't actually increased by all that much. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family's signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
Yeah, did we forget that Kave's legitimately a genius?
What are you trying to say, huh?
You're a nasty crime boy. You're going to evil jail.
I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Did this man literally just get him, boys? Me?
Eremites? I've already fought off more than my fair share of them when I was working in the desert. There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat. Marak, you're up! That's following orders.
Gotcha.
Mind the side effect. A bitter pill to swallow.
Wait, I want to launch them into the water. Oh, god damn it.
Spin!
Never mind. Oh. 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 That was fun.
Who are you and what do you want?
I'm Batman.
I don't think we've done anything to hurt or offend you. So why go this far to destroy my livelihood?
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well just how miserable living in debt can be.
Experimentally, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub.
But my debts are the culmination of many different factors, and my interest rate is still somewhat reasonable. As long as I continue to work with my situation in mind, my debts will eventually be paid off.
Mule, thank you so much for gifting another sub. Thank you.
But these students are different. They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable amounts of debt to satisfy your greed.
Ha! Everyone knows there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's their own fault for falling into the trap. And if we're going to talk about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded by it? They completely ignore the risk that's right there in front of them.
It's their fault for getting duped. It's like, no, bro, it's your fault. You're stealing money from children. It literally can't get more evil than that.
Ha! And here comes the silver tongue. Surely you use that to reel in the students as well. Even now, many of them are still hopelessly dreaming of striking gold after they graduate. People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them. Let's head back to the academia and turn this guy over to the Matra. They should be able to link him with Alkami's business.
Kaveh just goes up to Sino and he's like, "That's the man right there, officer. Kill!"
Sino? Didn't think I would run into you here.
I fucking called it.
My vacation just ended not too long ago, so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this?
There it is. There he is. I don't have the script. I legit was joking, but I do love that Sino is the one that we go to.
I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime, as it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme. The Matra will open an investigation on him as well. The training center will be closed until further notice.
Silver Firefly, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. And, you know, since Sino is an Electro, I can safely say, Mr. Electric, kill him.
Any funds we manage to recover from the suspects will be returned to the students. It's unclear how much we'll be able to get back, however, given their extravagant spending.
That should still be enough. Once the students realize the error of their ways, they won't fall so easily for such traps in the future. Anyway, thank you for your help. I hope this won't be too much trouble for you.
It's no trouble. Just another day at work. How did you two get tangled up in this anyway? Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
Mr. Electric, send him to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately.
Ah, that's good.
What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
Have you guys not seen... You guys haven't seen that meme, huh?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well.
I just joined and my volume was on full. Good.
Either way, though, I believe you are innocent in all of this. Had you actually been alright with making money through less than noble means, your life wouldn't be the mess it currently is.
Oof, glad my parents don't understand English. You have me on loudspeaker? Bro, you're fucking playing with fire.
Hey, what was that? What do you mean my life is a mess?
Never mind. Your life is fine.
Your life is fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the academia. Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
He's gonna forget to pick it up after the fact.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
It's cash for snitches.
Fine.
Is there anything else?
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
Sure, but you should wait until tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down the center today, and summon the students to gather information on the total amount of Mora they've lost in the scam.
No, hush money is the opposite of what this is. Hush money is for keeping quiet. This is money for speaking up.
All right, then I'll stay out of their way. I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
I have a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up on this case, just come find me again. Or ask one of the Matra.
That should finally be the end of that. Ugh, who would have thought it would turn out like this? All I wanted was to find a new gig and earn some Mora.
All I wanted was to make a bit of money and maybe find some new thing to focus on, but instead I got wrapped up in a fucking scam conspiracy. I got wrapped up in NFTs. God, Mondays, am I right?
To think Alkami would sink this low, it still makes me really upset. Still, I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern. It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life. How should I put it? I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession, so I often argue with my clients. The arguments are usually extremely frustrating, and every once in a while I'd wonder if I only became an architect because fate wanted me to pay for some sins I'd committed in a previous life. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again. Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that.
The vicissitudes of life. A lot of this, like, now that I'm hearing it again, a lot of this is reminding me of, like, the deal that people make with AI companies, where it's like, yeah, you just give your voice to us, and then you can just make money off that, and you won't have to act again. But it's like, then you're robbing your life of so much enjoyment.
Just speaking for myself, though, I don't think that's something I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends.
That line is so important.
If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life, but at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade.
Never settle. Never become complacent.
At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison, my current life comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning. I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride.
That's all, this man is so close to getting it. That's all you need out of life. Just live decently without compromising your beliefs, staying true to your ideals, and just leaving it at that. That's all you need.
It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it. My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning to pay another visit to those kids tomorrow. Want to come with me? All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. Get some good rest.
Like, it's not something that I really clocked as I was recording it, because, you know, I was also in the middle of doing my job, but it's like, man, this character is so fucking human. Oh, it has to be the next day? Out of all the souls we've met, his is the most human. Did we already hear your favorite line? We saw my favorite scene, like the ending where you're in the desert. Basically every line in that scene is one of my favorites. Kaveh being a 4-star kind of like adds to his like woes, you know? I feel like it wouldn't hit as hard if he was a 5-star that everybody was using. The fact that he's like a 4-star who isn't really meta, like it kind of adds to the whole fucking thing.
I never would have guessed Mr. Okami was a scammer.
He legit is just some guy, you know?
The training center has been shut down, and the Madra have promised to return some of our tuition. But we've already spent so much time on this class. What should we do next?
Mr. Kaveh said we can keep working on our fundamentals and try to get into the academia.
Easier said than done. If it was easier to get into the academia, none of us would have signed up for the class in the first place. Only the best of the best can get into the academia studying on their own.
Mr. Kaveh might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kaveh's here!
Dude! No, we're not gonna do that.
Now, that's Mr. Kaveh to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper.
That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario! That's a Super Mario Brothers Super Show reference for you non-gamers out there.
I'll keep instructing you.
Thank you for the
a while
hotel
longer.
Mario.
You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class. Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer. I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people. If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering.
This man is legit opening his class with how to make your buildings OSHA compliant.
And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all. All right, everyone, pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on a quick field trip.
Kaveh, the kind of teacher that rolls up and they wheel in like that TV on the wheelie stand. Like the class isn't starting yet, but he's already wheeling in the TV.
You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll be off once everyone's grabbed their pencils and sketch pads.
Where are we going? Oh, that way. Does Kaveh let us watch Bill Nye? Probably. If it was like an episode about the science of architecture. Building. Wow.
This lighthouse has been around for a long time, and I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia.
Dude, the lighthouse! I need to stop.
The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building, however. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now. Just put your ideas to paper and draw the prettiest building that comes to your mind.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Yep, as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, the ocean, or even a garden area. Draw whatever you'd like.
What's the point?
In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point of personal interest, rather than for the sake of a career.
Yes! Another thing that I tell people that want to learn voice acting, do it because you like doing it, not because you want to make it a career.
Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. A person who's forced to work on projects that they don't resonate with will only struggle and suffer. So at least for today, I hope the students will be able to create something that they enjoy. There's no need to think about it too hard. They'll have plenty of time in the future to revisit the design and make changes. What do you think? Want to try your hand at it as well? Don't forget that this is a free class from Mr. Kaveh, the Light of the Kasharwar. On a normal day, this would cost you 300,000 mora.
Aww. Oh, right. Teapot. Because that's the house. And Kave's pointing at it like, dude!
My latest design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement. I make my
Alright. Last one. Last one, chat. We've got one branch left. And then we can go pet some cats.
touches before the deadline creeps up.
Have you been enjoying the streams, guys? Have you been enjoying our time in Teyvat? Just remember, though, that all good things must come to an end.
Like
we
you.
meet again.
Was that like you a threat? All good things must come to an end, like you.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
Oh, I can skip this. Time for the best ending.
Sponsor the project? You mean convince wealthy merchants to join our cause and pool their money together to build the library? That does make sense. A library is a big project, and it's going to be hard to fund it with just a single person's mora. What do you think? If we can find others to sponsor the project, we could potentially increase the size of the building 2- or 3-fold.
It's all fine with me, but where do you think we'll be able to find these sponsors?
Well, you're right. If I really think about it, I'm not too familiar with many big-name merchants.
Can we ask Dory?
Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put Mora into something like this. Now there's an idea. She probably won't say no if all she'll need to do is to make some introductions instead of spending Mora.
What else am I streaming at the moment? Technically Void Stranger, although we haven't really jumped back into it after I unlocked hard mode.
Let's go and pay her a visit.
But I will start playing it again. I think what I'm going to be doing after Genshin is balancing between New Vegas and Void Stranger. And maybe I'll sneak in a third game in there somewhere. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Any Unicorn Overlord plan? Yeah, I mean, like, I can keep playing on and off with Unicorn. Persona. I'm already playing through Persona.
Oh, now here are some unexpected guests. What brings you to the Palace of Alcazar-Zaray?
Oh, wait.
When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my shiny Mora.
Play it with us? I mean, guys, just go watch Alejandro's stream. Like, he played through all of Persona 3 Reload. He's the one that needs your views for that, because I'm just a fan of the game. He was a fan of the game, and he's in it, you know? If there's another event with Kaveh, will you play more Genshin? I'll think about it.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? You are literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora? What is the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold, emotionless Mora?
That's exactly right. Mora is extremely valuable, you see. If you don't keep your mind on it, your Mora may just find its way to somebody else's pockets.
Objet d'art.
If you ask me, this place is still way too empty. Just give me some time and I'll fill it to the brim with lots and lots of Mora.
You're hopeless.
Would you play Stardew Valley with Nazi? I mean, if he'll have me.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit me? Alright, let's hear it. Merchants? Why? Is there some kind of business opportunity? Oh, I see. So you're just looking for someone to help you fit the bill.
Man, I don't understand how people can, like, have an issue with Dory when Anjali does such a good job with this character. Best character in the game. 10 out of 10.
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this. Still, you wouldn't refuse just making some introductions for us, would you?
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with every service comes a fee, you know.
A fee? You mean just for introductions?
Of course! Making introductions means using my connections and putting my reputation on the line. Why wouldn't I charge a fee for something so important? Since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount. How about 500,000 Mora?
500,000? I guess that's okay. But why are you charging a fee before we've even secured any funding? That just doesn't seem right. Besides, by helping us out, you'd be doing a great service to the public. Can't you take your mind off your Mora even for just 1 second and focus on something far more important?
No.
Very well. Since you're so passionate about this project, I'll help you out and waive the introduction fees. 3 of my business partners came by earlier today to discuss some things with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting for you, and just so we're clear, it'll be up to you to present your project and discuss any deals.
Thank you so much.
You can wait here. I'll bring them over to you.
Ben, what's your favorite soup? I've recently acquired a taste for spicy chicken soup. I like spicy food a lot.
Dory gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. You are Kaveh, the renowned architect, and you are the traveler. Practically all of Teyvat has heard of you by now. To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here, but since Dory took the time to introduce you, we can spend some time to have a conversation. So, let's hear your idea.
Twitch is doing banner ads? Are you guys seeing ads? Because Twitch is always like, hey, you need to start using more ads. Force yourself Just force your viewers to see ads to make more money. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I guess it's like, no matter what, there's gonna be ads, but I'm like trying to not have like any ads outside of the bare minimum, you know? Because I don't want you guys to fucking see ads. It's the same reason why I'm not really doing sponsored streams, because like I don't want to like make money off you guys like in that way, you know? And also, let's be real here. I don't want to stream Raid Shadow Legends for 2 hours to you guys, because I think I would just spend my whole day just fucking making fun of it. Granted, if I do get offered a sponsorship for a game that I would actually like, and I think that you guys would also like, then I might be inclined to accept it. But so far, like, nothing I've been offered has been sparking joy. I feel like I'd be going against my will to stream those. And I don't want to do that to you guys. I don't want to do that to myself. If anybody that's been offering me sponsorships is watching this stream, sorry. Oops. But also, you know, I appreciate the offers and everything, but also, like, I want to play stuff that everybody can enjoy.
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert, with the intended goal of allowing the desert dwellers to have more access to reading materials.
That was literally like the lesson of the last route, that you need to be true to yourself.
So it's a public welfare project.
Correct.
Would you accept a new Genshin sponsor? I heard it's a small new startup game. We're joking and all, but like, did you guys see that MiHoYo is like one of the top 20 most like lucrative companies in the world? Like, it's legitimately like I think it's the only game company that's in the top 20.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low. You should be careful.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free. I just want to get this project rolling as soon as possible. We're just a little short on funding.
Like, they are making an insane amount of money. More than Nintendo or EA? Oh yeah. You're underestimating how much money these games make. Tech otakus run the world? Yeah, I believe it now.
So what?
They're on their way.
You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you. Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to build it yourself with your own Mora. Seems simple enough to me.
Yeah, Nintendo is a big company, but like you don't need a Nintendo console to play Genshin or Honkai. Like, you can, so many more people are playing these games and spending money on these games than Nintendo consoles.
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can
You can
gain
get Kaveh's
from
clients to
sponsoring
advertise
this
your businesses
project?
in the desert.
So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and exposure? There is some value to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't do gacha. Or they do, but like in small, just a little bit. Like, they did Dragalia Lost, and they do Fire Emblem Heroes, and they did Mario Kart Tour or whatever. So there is some Nintendo gacha, but...
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Yeah, Tour was gacha. And yeah, Dragalia Lost was fun. I did play a bit of that, because they were very generous with their freebies.
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Yes. But in that case... Mr. Kaveh, please tell us what you have in mind.
Yeah, I miss Dragalia too. I kind of wish it didn't close down.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business opportunities.
Yeah, Genshin also doesn't shove the gacha aspect in you. Like, honestly, games like Destiny 2 are way more, like, in your face about wanting you to spend money. Like, Destiny has, like, pop-ups telling you to buy shit. And Genshin doesn't do that, which is good.
I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in the long term, the desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
Would you play Honkai Star Rail? I've already said the condition for me to play that game.
You do have a point.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the first to place stakes in the area.
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone on the street to confirm it to you.
You. Rare you said by an NPC towards Kaveh.
Hey, why are you starting to sound like I'll hate them?
Wait, something just occurred to me. If we're going to build a library in the desert, Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it. But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while back saying a lot of land and buildings in Aru Village have already been secretly purchased by a big-name merchant.
I wish you'll voice Honkai in the future. I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope so too.
What?
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 In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us. If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is the prime location. If we want to build it anywhere else, we'll have to deal with a far larger list of problems. It's not impossible, I suppose, but...
When I first started playing Genshin, I didn't know it was a gacha until I thought it was something akin to Elden Ring. God, could you imagine? Could you imagine if Genshin had like Elden Ring gameplay?
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get into the market for expansion to other areas.
Like you're playing this fun anime game, and then you walk through like a fog gate, and then you have to fight Malthius the Tormented, and he just destroys you in 2 seconds.
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much heard all I want to hear. If there are no other urgent matters, I'll be on my way.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas, please feel free to reach out.
It seems like the others are not interested in funding this, so no point in me doing this on my own. Let's revisit this another time.
Hey, guys, wait! Well, what can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected. They are Dory's friends, after all. As soon as they heard that there's not much more in this for them, they lost all interest. Yeah, it's just another day doing business with people. But I can never get used to that. Those people never think of anyone other than themselves.
Someone like Kaveh would die easily in Honkai. If this character was in another game, he would die immediately.
Looks like we'll have to figure out some other way to get the funding. Let's go.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it?
Just hiding behind a bush.
Oh, where did all that passion go from earlier, I take it you weren't able to find a sponsor for your project?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
What kind of person do you take me for? With the kind and Generous Lord Sakuma Bay really do such a thing? I will say, though, I more or less expected this outcome even before I introduced them to you. You can try to talk up the project all you want, but the facts will remain the same. This project is high investment with slow returns. No sane person would put their money into this.
But this isn't just a business project, right?
It's about compassion.
Also, if you already knew no one would want to partner with us, why did you still try to charge me 500,000 Mora? You scammer!
Ben should voice a boss in Honkai Star Rail. I will voice Grimbles the Goblin, who is the final boss of whatever arc is happening now. Pine Cone. Of the final boss of the Pine Cone arc, Grimbles the Goblin.
You might want to remember who your creditor is before you start talking like that, Kaveh.
I'll pay back every last coin that I still owe you, but that's a completely different matter.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner with another big-name merchant.
Dang, spoilers? Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned how Grimbles the Goblin, kills whatever is your favorite character in that game. And then he laughs and says, I am Grimbles the Goblin. That was one of my best performances.
In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru, so I'll be counting on your performance.
Dr. Ratio? Yeah, that guy. He kills him.
What? Really? I would like to sincerely apologize for my attitude just now. So, where would we be meeting this merchant?
Follow me. Oh, I suppose both of you can come.
And then Grimbles says his iconic catchphrase. Die! I need to stop saying iconic. I like... Fucking... Smiling Friends has done irreparable harm to me as a person.
This is the place.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh god, that episode was so fucking funny.
You still don't get it, huh? The most famous merchant in Sumeru.
It's you!
Huh? So you meant yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise. It'll be a pretty big Mora sink, and I'll have to fund it all on my own, but that's not really a problem for me.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly? Are you trying to scam me again?
The reasons are not important. What's important is that I'm willing to help you. However, you know just as well as me that once this project actually breaks ground, it'll start sucking Mora from my pockets like crazy. So, to cut costs...
I get it, I get it. I won't charge any commission fees, and I'll take responsibility for the entire project.
All I know is that Bemby voicing would make an awesome Link in a Zelda animated movie or TV series. Thank you. It would be cool to play Link. Especially to say, gee, it sure is boring around here. My boy, this peace is what all true warriors strive for. I just wonder what Ganon's up to. Yeah, I've already done this bit.
Splendid! Then let's sign the contract right away.
Listen,
Way,
any
the
chance I
children of the
get to
desert
quote
will have some
Zelda
books to read.
CDI
Their lives should improve a bit after this.
is, you know, I will take it. Duke is under attack by the evil forces of Ganon. I'm going to Gamelon to save him. But Father, what if something happens to you?
Don't worry, I'll take the Triforce of Courage to protect me. If you don't hear from me in a month, send Link.
Of course, there are a few things better than using my knowledge to help other people change their fates.
That old Ganon's no match for the king! A whole month gone, and still no word. Don't worry, Zelda. The Triforce of Wisdom promises the king will safely— Fucking hell, why do I know all this shit?
I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part. Sorry for that. I will also try to pay back my debts as soon as possible. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built? That will be the most important building.
Ow, why'd you do that? I just saved you from Ganon! You did not.
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed when we get back. You can just use the address on the document to find the lot.
Huh? The deed? So hold on a sec. The person who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
It was you all along?
Oh my.
I mean, you?
Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must thank you for bringing your ideas to me. Before our conversation, I had no idea what to build on all those lots.
Where's the random line of Zelda CD I redeem? God, I wish I could add like a randomizer to the redeems. Because for the 1 second of Hotel Mario, I wish it was just like a different clip every time. Like I want just like Mario saying cloud or something. Or toast.
So, from my perspective, this has been a great turn of events. I didn't put much in and easily got a lot in return.
You can? Do you know how to do it with trigger fire? Because I just need to like figure out a way of doing it with trigger fire. Because that's what I'm using for my redeem things. Yep. Explain further. You have to create a group? Is there a guide on how to do that? Because if so, I can finally actualize my idea of having the gamers redeem have a random chance of just saying gay. Like I have the clip ready for it. I just need to figure out how to do it.
But what about my commission fees?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive your commission fees and even promised to take responsibility for the whole project from start to finish. I'm so touched, really.
Don't forget the MERS. Yeah, 1% chance for gay, 1% chance for MERS.
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details. You know what? I'll pay for tonight's dinner.
Viatorai, thank you so much for raiding. Welcome, everybody. And Spoonie-sama, thank you so much for 2 months. You were playing Final Fantasy XIV? Heck yeah. I hope you're all caught up on the main story quest of Final Fantasy XIV and are ready for the new and upcoming expansion, Dawn Trail, available this summer at your local game store.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight,
have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? With an expanded free trial which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward and the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to level 70 for free with no restrictions on playtime.
I have heard of that, Viatori. Thank you so much for 6 months. The critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial that goes all the way up to Stormblood. You can play through 2 expansions, A Realm Reborn and Heavensward and Stormblood, all for free. And you can do all the bonus content that those expansions have added, including, but not limited to, the Alexander raid series, the Ivalice raid series. There's so much content. Wow. You all should play Final Fantasy XIV right now. Yeah, Tori, thank you so much for gifting another sub. Appreciate it. Wait a minute, I have to recoup my fees. Dude, they're high-fiving. And that's it. We've done it, guys. We've set out to do what we wanted to do. Where can I link you the video for Triggerfire? You can try posting it here. And I will... hopefully Nightbot won't destroy anything. Unless... Or you can try DMing it to me, like on Twitch's DM thing. Oh no, never mind, it worked. If this is a Rickroll, then well played. Okay. Oh, perfect. There it is. Thank you so much for that information.
You saved me. Why? Monkey.
All right, let's go pet some cats and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, don't anybody else don't spam my Twitch DMs. Thank you. God bless. Will you stream Sino Story when it comes out? I'll think about it. I still need to do this part. I mean, I guess I can unlock it now.
Thinking about enrolling in the academia.
Oh, looks like Margaret is talking with those two people over there.
I know you don't want to dox your Eorzea self, but would you ever consider making an alt account and playing through the story arc, etc. with us? I have considered that. I might, honestly, I have thought about maybe streaming my first playthrough of Dawn Trail, but I might just disable, like, all the names and stuff. And just, like, hide what data center it's in and all that jazz, like, hide what server it's in. But who knows? I'll think about it.
Wait, is that Rosaria? Huh. She's standing next to an adventurer Paimon doesn't recognize.
You can skip dialogue.
Look after the cats, check up...
I'm gonna speed read all this.
They're sure to get...
Well, panicking.
Hi, Rosaria! And hello, team. Sounds like you're all really...
Our cat savior!
Saviors?
I only wish to pet the cat.
Try to keep it. I thought it would be... The sister's over...
I wouldn't exactly...
Yeah, I know cutscenes and, like, dialogue does show your character's name, so there's no real avoiding it. But,
That's why we can... She did give us... We had
I don't know, I'll think about it. I'll see how it goes.
Much Lord Barbara... Well, that's true.
Really, like, all I'm gonna be... I mean, I could stream... Because I do want to play a Viper. I really want to level up Viper. And I know that's gonna... It starts at, like, level 70 or something, so I do need to level it a bit before I can get started with the Dawn Trail MSQ.
Ad Astra... Thank you for
Let's just get this out of the way. Wait. There we go. You. Viper starts at 80? Oh. Okay. Good to know. The Dawn Trail level cap is 90 or 100? I forget. Alright, it's 100, yeah. So I would have to level Viper 10 times before starting the MSQ, I think. Oh, but I could just do Boja or something.
Ah, it's you two.
What are you doing here?
Of course.
Wait, I'm in the wrong place? Oh no, this is the TCG quest. No, get me out of here!
For instance.
Get me out of here!
Well, since you so rarely leave.
As curious as I am to know how the drinks here differ.
What reason is that?
And as it happens, it has something to do with the traveler too. Well, as I'm sure there's just that way. You will be free.
I don't want to play children's card games.
What if Margaret finds out? She's not gonna get.
I don't want to. Please.
was quite
Please, I don't want to duel. No.
Anyway,
No.
It's great that you're here. I was expecting right then.
No.
Okay, over to you. Oh, and I almost forgot. Hope you will have.
Great, bye. All right. This time, we will go to the cat place. Dog! The Furball Fortress. Catto. Catto. Where is the catto?
Oh, it's just a regular house.
This was the biggest. Of course. This location is definitely good enough. We could even expand the business one day and start sheltering stray dogs,
Dogs?
or even squirrels.
Dogs?
When that day comes, though,
I would suggest letting.
Huh? Look over there. That cat is staring at us.
Look at that cat. Little baby.
oh, it's the.
She looks so soft and clean, and her fur is so white.
Call her Snowball,
fluffy,
tofu,
just
or
like
pudding.
Fresh fallen snow. Wait, that's
I like
perfect.
tofu.
Ooh, those are some good names, Traveler. But Paimon thinks she likes Snowball best. Here, kitty, kitty. That's it, Snowball. Good kitty. That's a good kitty.
Dude.
It's been what? A minute? And you already got the cat to listen to you.
That was nothing. They may be. First things first, though. You gotta pay attention to the way you. For example, you can't just stand there trembling in fear, Valerina. If you're afraid, the cats are sure to be.
These poor creatures. Picked up off this city really has brought peace.
Hey.
Those are cute little meows that they have.
Did Rosaria just smile?
No matter. Anyway, it's getting a bit stuffy and.
God, Dawn's cats act the same way.
Please, teach me. We're sure to get.
No problem. It's about time. It's all about.
Can I pet the cat now, please? You must take various requirements into consideration when setting up your fluffy feline home. Comfiness, durability, and aesthetics. Is that why you guys wanted me to play this? Because it's fucking home decor? Something Kaveh reference? You swindled me! This is just The Sims. Well, might as well fucking do it at least. Okay. There we go. Play with a cat after feeding it. Feed. Meat! Where's the catto? Wait, I can set up multiple? Chicken. There's 4 currently? Okay, well, I'm just gonna get them all. I don't have fish, okay? I like how this minigame just boils down to click random shit until the bars fill the right way. Unless I can't do this one. Oh, there was one more page that I was missing. There we go. Chicken. Is there more? Where do I put more cattle? Oh, in here. These are cozy little nooks that I'm crafting here. Very picturesque. Oh, that looks like Penny. I will play with this cat. You have to tactically pet the cat. Look at that cat. Look, it's just a little baby. Wait, I need to send a Snapchat real quick. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Oh, you good cat. Oh god, I'm sorry. Pet the back. Pet head. Little baby. What? No! Pet the back. I'm trying, dude. Pet the little toes. No. Pet the ears. Pet the little earsies. Pet the tail. I feel like cats normally wouldn't like being pet in the tail, but okay. I will take your word for it, Genshin. You may claim the rewards now. No. Damn, they spent a lot of effort on these animations. I don't think they were mocapped because mocapping a cat is very difficult. What about your little nose? Let's go. We are soul bonded with this cat. Off you go. Official, why are you here all of a sudden? Why, huh? Oh my god. She's just talking. Any yappers in chat? Please. I made a terrible mistake talking to Fischl. Alright, great. Do I need to do, like, this nonsense with all the cats to get all the goodies, or...? Oh, these are cute little icons. Dopey. And you can get, like, the, like, furniture, right, for doing this stuff? Because it says possible rewards. This shit. Gotcha. Well, I might do that off stream. Alrighty, let's head to somewhere scenic, and we'll wrap this up. I know just the place. Ben, have you ever done the Abyss? Yep. I mean, I haven't done, like, the level 10 or whatever. I mean, the high-level Abyss, because... I mean, none of my team is anywhere close to being endgame competitive. I'm so shocked we didn't get this memory, but... I mean, look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't think this is gonna be the last Genshin stream. It's gonna be the last, like...
Still be subbing.
Habitual, Genshin stream. But we're always gonna come back to this every now and again. Think of it more of a break than an actual, like, I'm never playing this game again, you know? I might play Sino's story quests. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to focus on other things that aren't just Genshin. Yeah, we have been playing this for almost a year. And, like, I did want to complete this stuff, you know? I wanted to do Kaveh's Hangout as, like, the main thing. So I'm happy that we did it. That we accomplished our goals. And now that we're stronger for it. No, I don't have the money for one pull. I could do one. For old time's sake. Yeah. Orb. How does it feel to be done with the Genshin stuff you plan to do? Obviously you may come back to it, but still. I mean, I always like accomplishing the goals that I set for myself. Akmorn, thank you so much for 4 months. Animagilinity, thank you so much for the biddies. I was so distracted by the cats that I completely missed that. Too many turtles, thank you so much for the 2 months. And Boykin, thank you so much for your prime sub. Yeah. Yikesberg, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And Antonor, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Yeah, that will be it for Gensh for the time being. We're not gonna stay too far away from Teyvat, I think. I think that there's always gonna be more stuff on the horizon. You got to have faith, chat. You gotta have faith. Mule Galaxy, thank you so much for gifting the sub. And Voidity TV. No, never mind. I misread that. Yeah, so let's take a hot second to figure out what the next deal is. So, are you doing stuff with the other VAs? That's actually what I wanted to ask, let you guys know about. We are working on getting another Krumeru stream. It should be happening very soon. You will be noted for when that happens. The game that we're going to be playing is one that I strongly suggested. So hopefully it'll be fun. Content warning is on the docket. That is something that I also want people to play, but there is a game that I've been wanting to play with friends for a long time, and like enough people in Krumeru were like, oh, this looks like fun, yeah, let's do it. So I'm not gonna say what game it is, but be on the lookout. Monopoly? No, it's not a board game. It's an actual game. Yeah. So, what's coming next? Probably at some point next week. Next week is also looking so... Every time I think that I'm, like, done with stuff, like, they start booking me for next week. Next week, I'm gonna get started on Fallout. We're gonna play Fallout New Vegas. How it's gonna work is that you guys are gonna decide what kind of build I go for. If I want to be... If the character we create... you guys will also name the character, by the way. But, you guys will pick what build we go for. If we go for, like, energy weapons or maybe melee. All luck, yeah, that would work. If we want to go into guns or bartering or speech. Will Zeno be joining the Krumeru if he wants to? We can't force people to join, but we'll see. Grimbles, that would be funny. You're giving us the naming power, are you sure? Yep, I'm sure. I'm fully aware that you guys are gonna maybe call him Kaveh or something. But here's the catch. You guys get to name the character, but I get to design the character. That seems like a fair compromise, right? So you can name the character, but I get to design I get to choose what they look like. God, I wish there was some Twitch integration where you guys could like vote for dialogue options in game. That would make things so much easier for me. Do you plan on ever playing any Persona SMT games on stream? As a matter of fact, I was talking to Alejandro about this, actually. Yeah, polls might be the way to go. I was talking to Alejandro about it. I might stream all of the new version of SMT5 that's coming out in about a month. SMT5 Vengeance. Because I did actually stream my first, like, 4 or 5 hours of the vanilla version of SMT5. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I did stream a tiny bit of SMT5. So it might be fun to go through all of Vengeance with you guys, because I've rewatched the, like, latest trailer for Vengeance, like, 20 times now. I can't get over it. I'm so fucking excited for it. Since Nazi named a character Ben, you can name a character Nazi. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, but if we name the character Nazi, I can't make him too ugly. Then we're gonna name him Nazi and then just have Nazi's adventures in the Mojave wasteland, killing death claws and rad scorpions. Yeah, Kaveh, I'm wrapping up for today. We're just chilling. Make him look like Dexter's dad. Yes. We can give him the 4 eyes trait, so he gets a stat debuff if he's not wearing glasses. Mojave Wasteland? Holy shit, I might have to steal that idea. That's kind of a good name for it. See, we're already like thinking up of a lot of fun ideas for this, so I think it's gonna be fun. Also, it's like it's a game that's running on the Bethesda engine, so there's gonna be a lot of scuff and shit that we can laugh at. And it's just like New Vegas is inherently a wacky game, so like it's gonna be fun, I think. Millie Girl, thank you so much for 5 months, by the way. And we're also gonna be playing Void Stranger 2. I have unfinished business with that. Doing mods or going vanilla, I have a bunch of mods already installed that are purely bug fixes. They're like unofficial patches, memory leak, yep, the memory leak fix. Basically, I just modded the game to have it not crash or not, you know, obliterate my PC. But I did also add a fix for the one of the visual things. There's a mod that improves all the energy weapon visuals, and I think it's like indispensable. How's the VTuber thing? I started the stream by showing a teeny piece of my VTuber design. Since this is the end of Genshin for now, do you guys want one more tease? Show the bottom? I can show their shoes. Show feet? God damn it, chat. Please. Please, feet pics, please. Show nose? I'll show the shoes. How about that? And again, this is all subject to change. This is all subject to change. So this might not be what the final product might even entail. It might be something else. Anyway. Here's the shoes. You can already see some color palette choices being made. Yep, they're high tops, like I said they would be. Like, basically everything that I've said is, like, that I joked about with my VTuber, I'm, like, trying to integrate it, so it's not a joke. But also, like, this VTuber, it's just gonna, like, they're gonna have a lot of elements that I, like, they're gonna have a lot of elements of stuff that I just really like. They're gonna be an amalgamation of my triumphs, but also the things that are important to me. So it's gonna be nice that like I'll have this thing and I'll be able to be like, hey, this is me as a person, but you know, it's represented as a cute anime girl and another thing that I won't spoil. So yeah. Shoes! When can we see the full? I guess when the debut happens. And by that point, I probably, like, might give the channel a quick overhaul. I do want to, like, here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. I want to commission a ton of artists to basically redraw a bunch of video game box art with the 2 VTuber characters. Because I want to, like, celebrate the games that I love, but also just have a fun little thing that I can use as, like, a be right back screen. And just have, like, a slideshow of just different video game covers, but with these characters in place of the, in place of whoever's there. Like, I have a very vivid idea of my mind, like the original Castlevania box art, with, like, Simon Belmont in the foreground with the whip and Dracula's castle. Like, I can already see these two characters, like, occupying those two spots. Or, like, the cover of Nier Automata with, like, 2B holding 9S. I can see that happening with the characters. Any artist in mind? Basically, anybody who's down to do it. And also just, like, meme redraws would be fun, too. Like that one picture of a dude, like... Hang on, let me see if I can find it. What's that picture? Okay, I found it. A redraw of just, like this with both characters. Would be funny. I have so many memes of just, like, two characters that, like, would work well for this idea. Because I remember seeing a version of this meme with, like, Ryuji and Morgana from Persona 5. And I thought it was the funniest shit imaginable. And, like, the designs will lend themselves greatly to these kinds of shitposts, I think. I think it's gonna be, like, you guys, artists in chat will have a lot to work with. So it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, like, just to give you an idea of how many, like, memes and jokes and, like, parts of myself I'm integrating into this, like, the design is gonna have a subtle reference to the fact that I introduced myself as a Capricorn. Like, that's the level that we're dealing with. It's gonna be full of just, like, subtle references to all my little shitposts and funny little jokes. Someone just said corn. Yeah, that's right. It's an anime girl and her best friend, corn. Oh, the initial design won't have hamburger, but I do kind of have that as an idea for, like, a be right back screen or something. Maybe have one of them chowing down on a hamburger. Drop my playlist. I already said that if I make partner, I will share my playlist. It's got 118 songs in it. And every day I basically add a new one to it. Or every other day. Are we not playing with Genshin Kitties? We actually did play with Genshin Kitties. You missed it. It's gonna be on the VOD. Yeah, remember to subscribe to the VOD channel, guys. Did you play with all 5 of them? No, just played with one of them. Give us a name of a band, like any band. Oh, you like music, huh? Name a band. A band that I listen to? Tame Impala? That didn't like ruin people's image of me, did it? A lot of their songs are bangers. They're really good. But also, like, I'm into stuff like DJ Shadow. I'm into stuff like Daft Punk. I like some Justice.
Stream was so fun, but I'm so sleepy and slipping in and out of consciousness. GN ban and everyone.
Thank you so much, Akitoyas, for the biddies, and good night. But yeah, we'll once the designs are out and about, that's when I'll like make a grand proclamation of I'll probably upload a big Google Drive full of like box arts that I kind of want redrawn, and just have people call dibs on which ones they want, and then just pay people as they're done. Are you looking for artists? Not right now, but later. Once the VTuber is out and active, I'm gonna be commissioning a lot of people for this. It's gonna be a big undertaking. The channel is basically gonna get overhauled. So I'm gonna need like, you know, overlay designers, and it'd be nice to get some cool transition animations done and stuff. So it'll be fun. Like, but you know, it's gonna take a while for us to get there, but little by little. Little by little. Will you look for an emote artist too? Of course. I will need a lot of emotes with these characters once they're out and about. But please look forward to it. I'm very excited. I didn't think I would be as excited about this stuff than like I am, you know? It makes me happy. Rip Jack Frost. Oh, there's still gonna be Jack. Jack is still gonna be a part of this stream's identity, I think. Especially considering one of the other characters' design. Let's just say that Jack was a bit of an inspiration. Anyway, let's see who's streaming so we can fucking rate someone. Oh, Bill Butts is streaming. Oh, but he's in an intermission. Fuck it, we're gonna raid Bill. Rating Bill Butts. This is the voice of Albert in Honkai. It's Bill. He's wonderful. He's amazing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching, for all the support. I love you all. I will let you know the next time stream is happening on the Twitter. And on, I'm trying to get used to posting about it on the YouTube channel as well. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.